Our objective is to partition shapes into halves, thirds, and fourths. So we've done halves, we've done thirds. Let's do some fourths. Fourths. In the word fourths, I hear 4. So that means I want to take my amazing rectangle here, and I once again want to partition or divide it into 4 equal parts. Fourths means 4 equal shares because I said the word fourths. So I'm going to take my rectangle and I'm going to do it right over this way, just like we did when we were making halves. So I'm going to fold it in half first, but now that would only be, if I undo it, that's only 1 2 parts. So I got to keep folding. So I folded it this way, and now I'm going to fold it over this way, almost like I'm making a card for someone. So I fold it in half again. So now I folded it this way, and then I took it this way. So now I open it back up. Ta-da! Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So I partitioned my rectangle into 4 equal parts. So that is called fourths, remember? So there's my 4 equal parts. But right now I don't have anything shaded in. So 0 fourths is what this looks like. 0, nothing shaded in, 0 fourths. So now let's say I am going to have 1 of my equal shares shaded in. So if I have 1 share shaded in, that means that this is 1/4 because 1 is shaded in out of the 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So we call this 1/4. Now, if I shade in another piece, now how many do I have shaded in? 2. 1, 2 shaded in out of 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. We call this 2/4. 2/4. What is it? 2/4. Now I want to shade in another one. Now how many do I have shaded in? You're right, 3. 1, 2, 3 parts shaded in. So we call this 3/4 because there's 1, 2, 3 shaded in out of the 4 equal parts. So it's called 3/4. Let's shade in another one. Now I've got 1, count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the equal shares shaded in. So we call this 4/4 because all of the parts are shaded in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And there was 4 equal parts. So 4/4. And as you can see, these 4/4, my entire rectangle is now shaded in. So 4/4 is the same thing as 1 whole. There are other ways that I can split my rectangle into fourths. So before, when I did it with my folding technique, I showed you splitting it into fourths this way, okay? But now I want to split my rectangle in another way. Whenever we're partitioning a rectangle into fourths, the easiest thing to do is to turn it into half first. So the first thing I'm going to do to my rectangle is I'm going to split or partition this rectangle in half. So I'm going to create 2 equal groups. So I'm going to find the middle of my rectangle. I'm going to put my pencil down, and to the best of my ability, I am going to draw a straight line down. So now I have 2 equal shares. This rectangle is split into half. So now I'm going to take these halves and I'm going to partition them again to make 4 equal parts. So I'm going to split this first equal group here in half. So I'm going to find halfway between here and here, which is about here. And I'm just going to do my best to put my pencil at the top and draw a straight line down. So now I've got it splitting up into 3 parts, but are those parts equal? No, because these 2 are the same size, but this one is a lot bigger. So this is not equal. So now I want to take this other big half here, and I want to split this in half. So I'm going to find about halfway, which is about right here, and I'm going to the best of my ability, draw a straight line down. So now how many equal parts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 equal shares by drawing vertical lines this way. But you know what? It doesn't just have to be those vertical lines. Let's take a look at this rectangle here, and now I'm going to draw some horizontal lines, so going across this way. So once again, I'm going to first off break it up into 2 equal shares. So I go about halfway, and I draw straight across. Okay? Now I've got 2 equal shares, so those were split in half. But now I'm going to take those halves and I'm going to partition them again. So I start here, and I go all the way across. And I start here, and I go all the way across. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So we partition this rectangle into fourths again. So this is in fourths, and this rectangle is in fourths. They might look a little different because the lines are drawn differently. This way they're vertical and this way they're horizontal, but they're still the same amount shaded in their equal groups. They are both still fourths, and I spelled fourths wrong there. Nobody corrected me. Fourths. Sorry about that. See, we all make mistakes. Okay? So you want to partition your rectangles into fourths. So what if I took my top rectangle here and I pretended that this was a Hershey's candy bar? Maybe Jade wants to share one of those amazing candy bars that she sold so many of with some of you. So she is going to share 1/4 of her candy bar with Brianna. So she's going to give Brianna 1 equal share. So that means that this 1/4 of the candy bar is going to be given to Brianna, so one of her friends. And Jade is going to keep another piece. So a piece for Brianna and a piece for Jade. So that means 2/4 of the candy bar have been eaten. But now she wants to give a piece to Armand. So she's going to give 1 of the pieces of the candy bar to Armand. So now 1, 2, 3/4 of the candy bar have been eaten. And then, of course, she's going to give the last piece to, let's say, Lamar. So she's going to give 1/4 of the candy bar to Lamar. But now look. Does Jade have any of her candy bar left? No. You ate the whole thing. 4/4 of the candy bar have been given away to friends and eaten. You ate 4/4 of a candy bar, or 1 whole candy bar. In your notebook, draw and write an example of how you could partition a shape into fourths. Share your thinking with your partner.